welcome everyone to Wheels Museum. It's already February 8th.
Yeah.
This would have been my father's birthday. He would have been 115 years old, so it's kind of a sentimental day for me. But we're very, very thrilled that today we have the Antique Truck Club meeting at Wheels. We also have a speaker coming at 1. We also have university students here today learning. We have many things going on today, a birthday party. But my special guest is a new friend who's been a member of the truck club for 10 years, but I didn't know him. Should have known him because the truck club meets here. And this is Roy Eibarger. And not only is he a member, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And not only is he a member of the truck club, but he has family who worked here at the rail yard. So you're a double friend already. So we're very appreciative that you're here to talk to us. And I was hoping you'd tell us a little bit about the Antique Truck Club that meets here.
Sure.
Thank you.
It's the Albuquerque Classic or Antique Truck Club. We're associated with the National Truck Club. I don't know if you can see the stickers or not, but it's.
Oh yeah, sure. Show him. He'll show you the stickers. That's nice.
This is just a small.
Can I have that? I'm
Yeah.
gonna have a truck club sticker for
There you
me.
go. And
Oh wow. Okay.
with the National Society, they have a membership, and they have a museum,
Wonderful.
and then
It's beautiful.
they put out a monthly magazine. It's called the Wheels of Time. I got two here. One is nice and it's old, but it's pretty and bright yellow. The magazine has lots of pictures inside and has lots of information about other clubs. It features different trucks. And then once a year, there's a national show. There's this national show. And this one here, let me look particular. This one was in Springfield, Illinois. And you go, the shows are phenomenal.
I can
Usually
imagine.
about 1,800 trucks show up.
Wow.
And they take pictures of the trucks and put them in this magazine. It's a special magazine they put out once a year, and they hold it all over the country. They show different places, and they have seminars, they have cruises, they have games for the kids, shopping for spouses. It's fun filled. There is the sister club to us up in Farmington, New Mexico. They hold what's called the Aztec Truck Club. Usually it's in September. I have to look at the schedule. That one usually about 100 to 150 trucks show up.
Wow.
Not only 18-wheelers, but small classic trucks, and that's a really, really nice show up there.
Why are we not doing that in Albuquerque?
Well,
On this rail yard?
because our club is so small,
Oh.
one of those it takes a lot of members to do a show, to do it the right way. It takes probably 25, 30 people to put one
We'd
on.
love to work with you.
Sure.
We'd love to work with you to do
You
that.
bet.
Because now, I'm curious, in Farmington or in these other places, how much land do they have to put these trucks on?
They use the fairgrounds up at
Fairgrounds.
up at Aztec. It's
Okay.
probably 10 or 15 acres.
Well, we have 27 acres here. We'd love to do it.
Yeah.
We have the parking on the north side, the parking on the south side. We have the building. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. It's
So
fascinating.
we're working on this meeting here. We were just discussing because we're fighting a lot of the same all over the country and a lot of other clubs. You know, it doesn't matter if it's the GTO club, the Mustang club. You can name the different clubs. Right now, people don't seem to be as active in clubs like they used to be. So we're working on an active membership
Good.
drive. We're trying to figure out the what, where, and how. Like at the All Car Clubs of New Mexico car show put on down at the museums. We'll get down there and put banners up and
Good.
catch people.
Good, good.
So
Well, we've had several clubs come in here and tell me exactly what you're telling me. I said, well, we only have 3 members. In fact, today he said you only had about 3 members. And I said, if you start coming to Wheels, you'll grow. So now those same clubs have 40 or 50 members in them.
yeah.
Because other people come in and they see what they're doing and they see it's fun. And then also you can exhibit things here. You can have shows here, events, parties, and it draws a lot of people. So I hope for your huge success and that we continue and we keep growing and growing. And those magazines you brought in, I think those are for our people to take a look at as well.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
so we really appreciate that. And I know sometimes you've come in and done slideshows and very interesting thing. And anytime you want to bring trucks here for the meetings or for a show, we certainly would love to have that kind
So to
of
let people know,
attraction.
we don't only do shows, but we'll
Okay.
do like we'll go once in a while. Somebody will have something of interest. We've gone a couple times they're moving right now. We go to the military museum,
Yes.
and we have our meeting there
Uh-huh.
and look at all the really just incredible stuff they have. Or we'll go to somebody's house and we'll have a barbecue and a meeting.
Nice.
So it's not just shows. We
Mhm,
do other
mhm.
events.
Sure.
We at one time, but the membership got so low, so they kind of let it go. We did the clean the highway thing once a month. We get together, have our meeting, then go out and put on our orange vests so people could see us better to hit us. Go out and stab trash, and there's other
Nice,
things.
that's wonderful.
So it's, like I say, we have other activities we do.
Now, are you a truck driver?
No.
You're not a truck driver, you just have an interest in it. Well,
And
that's great.
in our club, it's not just 18-wheelers, it's all the way down to the smallest little pickup you can imagine. So
That's wonderful.
our club is majority just trucks, not 18-wheelers.
Okay.
Although we do have a few,
Yeah,
we love
yeah.
them,
Sure.
but it's a spattering.
Well, boy, in New Mexico, if you don't have a truck, you're out of it. I've never had one. I've always wanted one. My husband's a doctor, but he's always had the dream to be a truck driver. So see, there's a great appeal to that, and it's so important what's going on with 18-wheelers and all the trucks and
Yeah.
moving things. It's fantastic, fantastic. I'd love for you to tell me a little bit, because I didn't know this, about your family history here at the rail yards.
Well, my grandfather, he worked in the machine shop. He was their main millwright, which was
Really?
he was a master machinist.
Wow.
They call millwrights. He was a millwright for the railroad, and he did that from I think it was about 1930. He started here. He helped hot rivet part of the building. He came as a hot riveter
Oh my gosh.
from Kansas City, Missouri,
Okay.
and he lived in a tent downtown because there wasn't enough housing. And then he moved into what like they would do now, like if you're in college, a dormitory. And that's
was
where he
that?
met my
Where was that?
grandfather.
Where was that?
It was on. I wish my dad was like
Yeah.
Seventh and Gold,
Okay.
and then that's where he met my grandmother.
What was she doing? Was she wasn't living in the dormitory?
Yeah, well, no, she
Oh,
wasn't.
No.
He met her downtown. There
Okay.
was some club thing.
Yeah,
going on.
sure. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought maybe she was a Harvey girl.
No.
She's not a Harvey girl. Okay.
And then my dad started in 1949. He started his apprenticeship, and then he worked here until the end, about 1959 or 60. He transferred out of here because that's when they were starting to shut the shops down.
Yeah.
And they offered the machinist and a lot of jobs other places, but my parents chose they wanted to stay in Albuquerque.
Sure.
So my dad had transferred over to work for the Journal Tribune, and he worked for a company
Really?
that people don't know a lot about, but they did the big printing presses, rebuilds and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's how but I have a lot of his memorabilia up in my barn at Shoulder Off. I have all their tools that they use.
That was my next question. Do you have anything that you think the Wheels Museum should have that would be saved forever and ever for history to, and also, yeah.
I have a lot of stuff. I've been afraid to let go of it, but if I know if it was in a safe place, I would. I have time cards, or time
I
books.
love them. Yeah.
I have, of course, I have my dad's diploma, apprenticeship diploma. I have the original, and I have 2 copies.
You know, I don't know if you know this, but we have been working with the Rotary Club, and they did a fundraiser for us recently. We got $15,000 to the Rotary to do these stories of individuals like you're describing. Not just the general history, which we talk about, and I've given hundreds of presentations and others have, but the actual history of individuals. So if you would be interested, I don't know if you've even seen our showcases, but we changed the story of having your family's story in one of our showcases. I'd love to
Sure.
talk to you about that.
Kind of an interesting side note, my dad, when the city was going to tear apart 2926 in
Mhm.
Coronado, got my dad's attention. So we went down, and
Yeah.
I didn't know this. He tells me the story. They had the apprentices were in groups. They were kind of like freshman, sophomore in high school, but they were
Mhm.
groups.
Mhm.
His group, his team, were the ones that drove 2926 into the park and pickled it.
Really.
Jump forward all those years, he worked on the train for
Yeah.
15 years, helping to bring it back to life.
Oh my gosh.
I've got original drawings.
Oh my gosh.
I've got all of his apprenticeship drawings for that particular class of locomotive.
Okay, well, that's
Yeah.
nice to hear. I'm gonna lock the door right now. I'm not gonna let you out of here. Because this is priceless information that we want. And of course, we work with 2926 closely with the goal of bringing it permanently home here. We had a meeting with them just a couple of days ago about that subject. We've had many, many meetings, but,
Well, we have a summer home down at TRC, down at the lake,
oh, nice.
and we go downtown to eat. His littlest grandkids didn't get to see it so much, but his older grandkids did. But we'd be in there and, oh, hey, how are you doing? And he'd introduce us. Half the railroad retired down there, and I met Skinner.
Yeah.
I met the Boilermaker. You have the picture up there with. Met quite a few of the workers he worked with. Yeah.
Have you ever seen the movie that we made with Colores? About
No.
15 years ago, I made a movie with Pete, B.S. Colores, which we sell here, showing the last men who, were alive at that time who worked here and doing the interviews and everything and showing the machine shop and all that. But, we are trying so desperately. I've been doing it 30 years as a volunteer to save this history. We don't want it thrown away. A lot of things were thrown away, or they didn't take pictures.
Well, this is what made Albuquerque. People don't understand.
This is what made Albuquerque. You're preaching to the choir.
Yeah, my
modern city and state.
Technically, my grandfather, he had a massive heart attack working in the shop. Went home, and then it was about 8 months later he finally passed away. So he actually died really working for the railroad.
Yes. I don't know if you know that we have a book that lists every man that worked here from 1880 to 1950.
No, I'm not.
Yeah. So
I'm not aware of it.
I would love to show you that book, and I think Paulette mentioned too, we sell plaques for people who want to commemorate their relatives.
Yeah, I got her card. She wants me
Oh,
to
okay.
see if I
Yeah,
can
she wants.
plaque.
Yeah. But any way that you want to contribute to the saving of our, what we call the sacred place here in this history, we would love to have you as a volunteer. We'd love to have anything you have. We'd love to, if you ever would want to make a presentation to a group here yourself about the history of your family, we'd love to have that.
Well, my dad gave a couple tours right in the beginning with Mr. Bond here.
Oh, John Bond.
He told him, this is where this machine was, this is how we did this, this is how the locomotives came down the line, this is where they did the jackets. He showed us where they did the pop-off for the steam when they were running them in and testing them. And the only reason he went into detail on that was he told the stories as the youngest first apprentices, they put the veterans would put them up on top and they run them up to high temperature, and they'd have the guys up there tweaking them. What they didn't tell them was when that pop-off went off on the top, it would blow them off.
Yes, yeah.
And it was sort of an initiation into the railroad club.
Dangerous. So many dangerous, terrible things happened here.
And we used to go to the events over at the blacksmith shop. And I asked my dad, we're going through, I says, what's that in the corner? He says, well, that's the kennel.
Yeah.
I said, I wonder how many people here know that.
That's right. We're there every Sunday between May and October, and we'll be there tomorrow. And that's what and our booth is right there. So everybody asked me about that. So
Yeah, that kennel? Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, my dad got in trouble. I don't know if it's good for this, but my dad got in trouble there because that was part of the apprenticeship. They had to go through heat treating. They had to go through the paces. Well, my grandfather got very impatient with my dad, and I guess there was some words exchanged in the heat treat room, and what they didn't know was my dad was colorblind. And he kept saying, son, it's orange. Okay, what do I do?
His father didn't know that.
They didn't know that at the time until...
How old was your father?
Oh, he was probably 19.
And they didn't know he was colorblind?
No.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
These are the kinds of stories that are so important to tell, and people love to hear these stories. Would you ever want to give a presentation? Do you think we'd do that? Sure. Love to have you. Okay, we'll book you right after this. I told you, I'm locking the door because you are a rare person. There aren't too many who have this kind of history.
Unfortunately, my dad's not around, but fortunately, I had a fascination.
Yes.
And so I listened to him.
Yes.
Like when they came down and took the trains out, City, California, he took me around and gave me a story like that those locomotives were prepared for use if we needed them for defensive purposes.
Yeah.
All the Babbitt bearings had been removed and they were refitted with new bearings in them. And he said like the diesel electrics, the Alcos, were all refitted and ready to go. And that's why they sat in this house over here, is because they wanted them out of the weather so that if the phone call came, they could bring the folks back to get them up and running.
Yeah.
And so those were completely refurbed at at the cost of the government. They
Yes.
paid for it.
Uh-huh.
And 29, 26 had been all retrofitted before
Ready
it went
for
into
that.
the
Yeah.
yard. Yeah.
And of course, this machine shop was open 24 hours a day during the war.
Right.
And 3 shifts of men and 2,000 men a day
Yeah.
working in there for the war effort. We have exhibits of that as well. So, you know, people have to understand this is one of the most important places in the United States of America for saving our country from Hitler. Yeah.
Yeah,
Very,
and
very important.
and you're well familiar with this, but I didn't know it. As going through the tours, I went over to the stock area where they kept all their metal stock and material,
Mhm.
and I asked my dad. I said, "Why is this all in German?" He says, "Because we got all our steel from Germany." I go, "Weren't we at war with Germany?" He goes, "You know,
Yeah.
yeah, there was a war going on, but
Yeah, but you got steel.
we were still getting material."
And that iron sheet building, which I adored, was torn down.
Yeah,
Just as the roundhouse was torn down.
the firehouse.
Yeah.
My aunt, her husband had passed away. My aunt later on dated the fire chief for the firehouse.
Really? That's a cute story. See?
Yeah.
Small world.
And he
small
had a
world.
funky name, Trigger.
Oh, how cute. How cute Trigger.
Where they got these names, you know? Like my grandfather.
Trigger and Gunner and Hunter and all these. Yeah.
My grandfather was Alvin Edward Liebarger, but he was known down here as his name was Shorty.
Yeah, they had nicknames.
But he
I know.
wasn't like he wasn't short, but he wasn't like 6 foot tall. But where he got the name
Somebody
Shorty?
named him that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Nicknames were very popular.
Yeah.
That firehouse that you're talking about when I first started this 30 years ago was so magnificent, and now it's crumbling. The
Yeah,
city is trying to get a grant. I talked to someone in planning the other day, and the grant hasn't come in to kind of stabilize that magnificent
Yeah.
building. First firehouse for the railroad, and it's criminally sad that
Yeah.
building is falling apart.
And they manned it 24/7. They lived in it. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful building, and I would love to make it into a fire museum. And 2 days ago, I got a call from the fire department. They have another fire truck they want to give us, and I would love to have it. Our building is jammed to the gills.
Right.
That building isn't ready, but we are working on the Babbitt and welding shop to get that ready, and the machine shop. We're coming
Yeah.
next.
My dad
Coming
told me a
next.
lot of stories about the Babbitt welding shop.
Oh, I'd love to hear
Yeah.
that too. I'd love to hear about
Yeah.
that. Yeah. And today we have some university students studying it, and we've hired a city architect to do the feasibility and planning studies for that. So we're working on that, and then we'll be looking for about $5 million to get that for the New Mexico Model Center. Yeah. Oh, you're fabulous. I can't think, that was such a lucky thing for me because I came in today to do the podcast. I didn't have anybody to do it. Got the best person. Got the best person. We're so
Yeah.
thankful. So if anybody wants to come to the truck club next time, when does the truck club meet? Tell them if you would.
Well, you had asked the schedule. We meet on Saturday. We meet from 9 to 10. We try to keep it just for an hour because
Okay.
people's schedules are very busy.
Sure.
We usually meet this week. What is this?
Is this the first Saturday?
First,
Yeah,
first Saturday of each month. I'm sorry,
Okay,
that's bad.
okay. So if they want to come, they're welcome to come. Of course, it's free to come, of
Right.
course. And if they want to call someone to find out more information, could they call you? Or what do they do? What do they do?
We'd have to get you the president's name. It'd be better to call them because I'm not in town a lot. So
Oh, you're not in town.
yeah.
Okay. Well, they can call me. You can call me, Paul Leba, at 505-243-6269. And then I'll help them, and we'll get
Yes.
more members all
Yeah.
the time. Yeah, and if you have a truck you want to bring, we want to talk to you about that.
Well, even if you don't have a truck and you like
You're just
trucks,
interested.
come
And
on.
you're just interested. You're just some gals that, I like those guys. You know that Western song about the guy with the
Yeah.
truck, that everybody likes the guy with the truck?
Yeah.
The white pickup truck?
There you go.
Okay, if you're that, call us.
By the way, we do have 3 females in our club.
And 3 females.
2 of them own trucks.
See, there you go. If you want to join that, it's a lot of fun. I can tell you, they have a lot of fun. They brought donuts and coffee and everything fun and happy. So
Yeah,
we're thrilled you're here. We really thank you.
you bet.
Thank you
Thanks.
very, very much. On the 8th of March, please come because we're having the model car swap meet from 9 to 2. And it's very, very interesting because the model cars really do depict the whole history of the automobile. And it's fascinating to see, to me, the progression of the styles and the colors and the prices and the companies. So you're getting history along with the wonderful models. So that's another thing that's serious and fun. And then on the 15th, we have Randy Dunstan coming to talk about the Berlin Cutoff. He's an unbelievably brilliant man who's written a fabulous book about this. and he's gonna be talking to us that day and selling his book, and that's at 10 in the morning. And then at 12, we have Martin Matlack on the same day coming to show railroad pictures of this site mostly, and he's a world famous photographer. And when he was in college, he fell in love with this property and started taking pictures and of people getting on the train and off the train. And we have a very large picture here, which we treasure, that he took. So that has two wonderful events on that day too. And then on the 22nd, we have the train club is coming from 9 to 11, and you're welcome to come to the Model Train Club. That's HO, let's see, HO, no, that's not HO, that's O Gauge. So you're welcome to come to see that and be part of that club. And then at 12 o'clock, we have Liz Mangwell, and she's coming. She's a storyteller, and it's going to be very interesting, the folk tales and all that she tells, 12 o'clock on that day. So again, from early morning till going into the afternoon, Wheels has fascinating, I think, experiences for you and opportunities to come and be with friends and learn and laugh and dance and do a lot of fun things. On the 29th is a very, very important lecture for us. It's about Route 66. Donatella Devanzo is coming. She's coming at 10 o'clock in the morning. She did a study of Route 66. She has 15,000 photographs. She won't be showing them all. She knows everything about Route 66 in Albuquerque and around Albuquerque. So please come to hear that. And then that's at 10 o'clock in the morning. And at 12 o'clock will be Jose Ponce music. It's going to be wonderful, wonderful music. So I think you'll love that. He's playing special music for us. And he is the head of the Mexico Music Awards and has written many books. He's a songwriter and a musician, and he's a fabulous guy. So please come to that. And that covers the next 2 months. So trying to keep everybody busy and happy and doing good things for our community. So please join us. Let us know if you have an event you'd like to do here or a presentation you'd like to do here, or just come to see Wheels. We're open Monday through Thursday from 9 to 12 and Saturdays 9 to 2. Keep up with us. Thank you.